My beloved child, before you move into another thought, before you let the noise of the day pull you away, pause here with me. Do not listen only with your ears. Listen with the deepest place of your soul. There is a place within you that has always known how to recognize my light, even when the world around you became crowded with noise. I am speaking to that place now. My child, this moment is not as ordinary as it appears. You may have clicked, stopped, or stayed because something gentle pulled on you. You may have thought it was curiosity, habit, or timing, but I tell you nothing that brings your heart closer to. My voice is meaningless in my hands. I have been drawing you, not with force, not with fear, but with a tender invitation. My beloved child, I know how many voices have surrounded you. Voices telling you to hurry, voices telling you to worry, voices reminding you of what went wrong, voices measuring your life by what is still unfinished. You have carried those sounds until your own heart has struggled to hear peace. But beneath all of that, my voice remains. It is not fragile, it is not lost, it has not been swallowed by the noise. My voice has been steady like a deep river moving beneath the surface of a restless city. It has never stopped flowing. It was there before your questions became words. It was there before your tears knew where to fall. It was there before you understood that your soul was searching for more than relief. You were searching for me. My child, I knew you before you knew yourself. Before you were shaped in the hidden place, I had already held your name within my heart. Before people praised you or misunderstood you, before you succeeded or stumbled, before you tried to prove your worth, I had already seen you with love. So do not come to me as a stranger. Come as one already known. My beloved child, the deepest place of your soul does not need performance. It does not need polished words. It does not need to pretend strength when it is tired. That place only needs truth. It needs stillness. It needs the courage to become quiet enough to receive what I have been speaking all along. I am not asking you to escape your life. I am asking you to let my presence enter it, right in the middle of the unfinished things. Right in the ache you have not explained to anyone. Right in the questions you have carried quietly. My child, there are times when I do not shake the sky to get your attention. There are times when I do not send a sign so large that no doubt can remain. Instead, I come like a soft light entering a room before morning arrives. I come like breath upon a candle that has almost gone dim. I come like gentle rain touching ground that has waited too long. Do not despise my gentleness. My gentleness is not weakness. It is the way I draw near without crushing you. You have lived in a world that often honors what is loud, fast, and visible. But I often begin my deepest work in what is quiet, slow, and hidden. A seed does not announce itself while it breaks open in the soil. A root does not ask for applause while it grows beneath the ground. A heart does not always look changed when I first begin to heal it, but I am working. My beloved child, this is why I ask you to listen deeper. Not to the noise outside you, not to the panic inside you, not to the memory that keeps repeating old pain. Listen beneath all of that, where my spirit bears witness that you are still, mind still held, still guided, still able to be renewed. There is a listening that happens beyond words. It is the listening of trust. It is the listening of surrender. It is the listening of a soul that says, Father, I do not understand everything, but I am here, and that is enough for me to begin. My child, you may wonder why your heart feels stirred right now. You may wonder why certain words reach places in you that have been silent for a long time. You may wonder why tears rise, or why your breath slows, or why a small hope begins to move again. Do not call that strange. Do not push it away. That is the place within you recognizing my touch. My beloved child, when my voice comes near, it does not always come as information. Sometimes it comes as recognition. Your spirit remembers what your mind forgot. Your heart senses what reason cannot fully explain. Something in you knows that you were not created to live empty, rushed, afraid, and disconnected from the one who formed you. You were created for communion. You were created to walk with me. You were created to carry peace that is deeper than circumstance. So let this moment become more than listening to a message. Let it become a turning of the heart. Let it become a quiet doorway where you stop running from your own soul and begin to hear me there. My child, I am not far away from the place you are afraid to open. I am not absent from the thoughts you do not know how to arrange. I am not offended by the tiredness you bring. I am near to the honest heart. I am close to the one who stops pretending and allows me to speak into the hidden room. So breathe with me now. Let your shoulders lower. Let your heart stop racing toward the next thing. Let the deepest place within you become still enough to hear. My beloved child, I am calling you not into confusion, but into peace. Not into pressure, but into recognition. Not into a performance of faith, but into the living awareness that I have always known you, always watched over you, and always prepared a way for your soul to return to my voice. This is where the journey begins. Not with noise, not with striving, not with fear, but with listening. And as you listen with the deepest place of your soul, I will teach you how to recognize my voice in the stillness where peace first begins to settle, and your heart starts to understand that I have been speaking all along. My beloved child, now that you have begun to listen with the deepest place of your soul, I want to teach you how my voice often comes, not always in thunder, not always in signs that shake the room, not always in the kind of answer your fear demands. Often I speak in stillness. My child, stillness is not emptiness. Stillness is not abandonment. Stillness is not the sound of heaven forgetting your name. Stillness is the space where I quiet the storm around you, so the truth within you can become clear again. You have been trained by the world to trust what is loud. Loud headlines, loud opinions, loud pressure, loud fear, loud memories that return when you are trying to rest. Because of that, you sometimes think, my voice must also be loud if it is real. But my beloved child, I do not need to compete with noise to prove that I am near. I am the Lord. My voice can enter the deepest room of your heart without breaking down the door. My peace can move through you without announcing itself to everyone around you. My guidance can come as a quiet, knowing, a gentle restraint, a holy discomfort, or a small invitation that keeps returning with peace. Do not despise what is gentle. Do not ignore what is quiet. Do not call my whisper weak. My child, when Elijah stood before the mountain, there was wind strong enough to tear the rocks. There was shaking. There was fire. But after all of that passed, my presence was recognized in the gentle whisper. I was teaching him something that I am also teaching you. Power does not always have to roar. Sometimes the deepest authority arrives softly enough that only a listening heart can recognize it. This is why I am slowing you down, not to punish you, not to delay you, not to make you feel forgotten. I am slowing the restless places within you so you can separate my voice from every other sound that has been trying to rule your life. My beloved child, fear has a voice. It rushes. It pressures. It imagines the worst and calls it preparation. Shame has a voice. It accuses. It repeats old names. It tells you that you are too late, too weak, too stained, too far behind. Wounds have a voice. They warn you not to hope again, not to trust again, not to open again. But my voice is different. My voice may correct you, but it will not crush you. My voice may lead you into surrender, but it will not steal your dignity. My voice may ask you to wait, but it will not leave you without peace. My child, I want you to begin noticing the fruit of what you hear. If a voice drives you into panic, hatred, despair, or confusion, bring it into my light before you obey it. If a thought strips you of hope and calls it wisdom, pause. If an urgency pushes you to move without peace, stop and return to me. I am not the author of confusion. My beloved child, the stillness I give is not a blank silence. It is a living silence. It is like a clear lake after the wind has stopped, where the surface finally becomes calm enough to reflect the sky. When your heart is constantly stirred by fear, you cannot see clearly. But when I bring stillness, your soul begins to reflect truth again. You begin to remember who you are. You begin to sense what matters. You begin to recognize what I have been saying all along. My child, sometimes my voice will come through scripture remembered at the right moment, sometimes through a quiet conviction during prayer, sometimes through peace that remains when every outward answer is still unfinished, sometimes through a closed door that protects you, sometimes through an open door that arrives without striving, sometimes through a gentle pause that says, "Not yet. My child, wait with me." Learn this rhythm. My voice does not always give you the whole road. Often I give you the next step. A lamp does not have to light the entire valley to guide the feet. It gives enough light for the step directly before you. And when you take that step with me, more light comes. This is how trust grows. Not by controlling the future, but by walking close enough to hear me in the present. My beloved child, I know you have asked for certainty. You have wanted answers wrapped in clarity placed before you in a way no doubt could touch. I do not condemn that desire. I know uncertainty can feel heavy, but if I answered everything at once, you might cling to information instead of relationship. I want your heart near me. I want you to know me, not only know what comes next. So I speak in ways that draw you closer. I leave room for communion. I invite you to lean in. I teach you to return again and again, not because I am hiding from you, but because love grows through nearness. My child, do not be afraid of quiet moments. Sit with me there. Let your breath slow. Let the noise settle. Let the unfinished questions rest in my hands for a little while. You do not have to force an answer from heaven. You only need to become present enough to receive what I am giving. And sometimes what I give first is not direction. It is peace. Peace before the plan. Peace before the breakthrough. Peace before the explanation. My beloved child, peace is often the doorway through which guidance comes. When your heart is frantic, every option looks frightening. But when my peace enters, the path does not always become easy, yet it becomes clearer. You can sense what is aligned with my character. You can feel when something is pulling you away from truth. You can recognize the difference between holy conviction and tormenting accusation. This is a gift. Receive it. Do not rush past it. My child, the stillness is where I untangle your hearing. It is where I remove the echo of voices that did not come from me. It is where I teach you that you are not governed by every thought that crosses your mind. You are guided by the shepherd who knows your name. My beloved child, from this moment when silence surrounds you, do not immediately fill it. Do not run to noise simply because stillness feels unfamiliar. Stay with me a little longer. Let the gentle voice become familiar. Let peace become a language you understand. Let your soul learn that my nearness does not always arrive with spectacle, but it always carries life. That same grace is now resting over this quiet moment, inviting you to answer without fear and listen with trust today, again wholeheartedly. And as you become still enough to hear, I will show you the story of a child who heard his name in the night and how one simple response opened the door to a life shaped by my voice. My beloved child, as you learn to recognize my voice in the stillness, I want to take you into a quiet night where a young heart first learned to answer me. Samuel was resting in the temple. The lamp had not gone out. The house was quiet, and in that silence I called his name. My child, I did not call Samuel in a crowd. I did not begin his awakening with public attention. I did not surround him with noise so he would feel important. I came in the night when everything was still enough for a single name to be heard. That is often how I begin. I call in hidden places. I call when no one else is watching. I call when the soul is quiet enough to be interrupted by heaven. My beloved child, when Samuel first heard the call, he did not understand. He ran to Eli because he thought a human voice had awakened him. He heard correctly, but he interpreted wrongly. The sound reached him, but discernment was still forming within him. Do not judge yourself harshly for the times you have done the same. There have been moments when I stirred your heart and you thought it was only emotion. There have been moments when I warned you gently and you called it fear. There have been moments when I invited you closer and you thought it was restlessness. There have been moments when I placed a holy desire within you and you dismissed it as imagination. My child, you were not foolish. You were learning. A listening heart often grows through repeated calls. Samuel heard me more than once before he understood. Each call was not wasted. Each time he rose, each time he asked, each time he returned to his resting place, he was being brought closer to recognition. My beloved child, I have been patient with you in the same way. I have called through quiet impressions. I have called through scripture that returned to your mind. I have called through a door that would not open through peace, that would not leave through discomfort, that would not settle through a longing for something more faithful than the life you had been accepting. And when you did not understand at first, I did not abandon you. I called again. My child, that is, my mercy. I do not despise the immature listener. I teach the listener. I do not reject the heart that confuses my voice with other sounds. I draw that heart nearer until it can say with honesty, "Speak, Lord, I am listening." That simple response opened Samuel's life. Not because the sentence was impressive, not because the child understood everything, but because his heart became available. My beloved child, availability matters more than performance. You may think you need perfect language before you can answer me. You may think you need a complete plan, a stronger faith, a clearer understanding, or a more polished prayer. But I am not waiting for your speech to become beautiful. I am waiting for your heart to become present. A whispered yes can open what anxiety never could. A sincere "here I am" can become the beginning of a new path. My child, there is something holy about being willing to listen before you know what will be said. Many only want my voice if it confirms what they already desire. Many ask me to speak, but only if my answer does not disturb their comfort. Many say they want direction, yet they resist the quiet place where direction is given. But you, my beloved child, I am teaching to listen differently, not as one demanding control, but as one trusting my love. Samuel did not know that the call in the night would shape his future. He did not know that a quiet response would open a prophetic life. He did not know that the stillness around him was not empty, but charged with destiny. You also do not yet know all that I am opening through your willingness to hear. My child, some moments seem small while they are happening. A pause before sleep, a prayer spoken softly, a tear that rises during a message, a quiet conviction to forgive, return, wait, release, begin, or surrender. You may think these are small things, but many destinies turn on small acts of obedience. Do not underestimate a quiet yes. My beloved child, when I call your name, I am not only getting your attention, I am reminding you who you are. The world may call you by your failures. Fear may call you by your delays. Shame may call you by your wounds. But I call you by the name I held before the noise reached you. I call you beloved. I call you mine. I call you into peace. My child, my call does not erase your humanity. Samuel was still a child when he heard me. He still needed guidance. He still needed Eli to help him understand how to respond. Do not despise the people, teachings, and quiet confirmations I place near you. I can use humble guidance to help you recognize a holy call, but remember this: no person replaces my voice. They may help you listen, but I am the one who calls. My beloved child, there are seasons when I speak your name not to rush you into action, but to awaken your attention. Before I send, I teach you to hear. Before I entrust, I draw you close. Before I reveal more, I form a heart that can carry the weight of what is revealed. This is why stillness matters. The night was not wasted. The waiting was not empty. The repeated call was not accidental. My child, I am building discernment in you. I am teaching you to know the difference between my peace and your panic, between my correction and your shame, between my timing and your impatience, between my invitation and the pressure of the world. This discernment will protect you. It will keep you from chasing every sound. It will keep you from fearing every silence. It will help you follow when I truly speak. My beloved child, tonight let your soul answer simply. You do not have to understand the entire road. You do not have to know every assignment ahead. You do not have to explain why your heart feels stirred. You only need to become available to me. Say within your heart, "Speak, Father, I am listening." Say it slowly. Say it honestly. Say it with the tired places included. My child, I receive that response. I receive the fragile, yes, the quiet return, the small opening of your heart. And as you answer me in the stillness, I will begin to show you that you were never called by accident, never drawn here by chance, and never known only by the names the world gave you. I have called you by name, and the name I speak over you is older than your fear. It is the beginning of recognition that your life has always been held inside my eternal purpose and faithful love. My beloved child, as you receive the truth that I have called you by name, I want you to let that truth move deeper than your thoughts. You are not here by accident. You are not drawn into this moment by chance. You are not formed without purpose. My child, long before you understood your own heart, I knew you. Long before the world placed names upon you, I held your true name in my love. Long before fear tried to define you, I saw the person I created you to become. Your life has never been random to me. People may see fragments. I see the whole design. People may remember moments. I see the beginning and the end together. My beloved child, there have been seasons when you wondered whether your life had wandered too far from meaning. You looked at delays, closed doors, disappointments, and unanswered questions, and you thought perhaps you had missed something important. Perhaps you were late. Perhaps you were misplaced. Perhaps other people found their path while you were still trying to understand yours. But I speak over that fear now. You are not misplaced. You are not forgotten. You are not outside my reach. My child, an accident has no intention behind it, but you were formed with intention. An accident has no loving hand guiding it, but my hand has guided you even through places you did not understand. An accident has no name spoken over it before time, but I have called you by name from the beginning. That name is not failure. That name is not abandoned. That name is not too late. My beloved child, I know the names life has tried to place on you. Some came through wounds, some came through rejection, some came through comparison, some came through mistakes you still remember. Some came through voices that did not know the weight of what they were speaking. But no earthly name has authority to cancel what I have spoken. When I call you, mine heaven recognizes you. When I call you beloved, shame loses its final word. When I call you chosen, confusion cannot define your destiny. My child, being called by name does not mean your life will be without difficulty. It means difficulty will never have the right to erase your identity. It means the storm cannot rename you. It means the wilderness cannot own you. It means delay cannot decide who you are. You belong to me before you belong to any season. You are held by me before you are understood by people. You are known by me before you are noticed by the world. My beloved child, I want you to rest in that, not as an idea, but as a foundation. Many lie exhausted because they are trying to earn a name I have already given. They chase approval, hoping someone will finally confirm their worth. They perform, hoping the world will call them enough. They hide, afraid that if they are truly seen, they will be rejected. But I see you fully, and I do not turn away. My child, when I call you by name, I call every part of you into my light. Not only the strong parts, not only the useful parts, not only the parts others praise. I call the tired places, the hidden places, the ashamed places, the wounded places, the places that still wonder whether peace can be trusted. Come, my child, come as you are, come without pretending. My beloved child, my calling is not shallow. I do not call you merely to make you feel important for a moment. I call you into relationship, into healing, into formation, into purpose. A name spoken by me is not decoration. It is direction. It is belonging. It is the beginning of a life lived under my gaze instead of under the pressure of fear. Listen closely. You are not only someone who needs comfort, you are someone I am forming. You are not only someone waiting for answers, you are someone I am teaching to walk with me. My child, there are details of your life that seem disconnected, but they have not been disconnected to me. The conversation that planted courage, the closed door that protected you, the loss that made you seek truth more deeply, the waiting that stripped away false dependence, the quiet moment when your heart turned back toward prayer. I have been weaving even what you did not understand. You saw scattered threads. I saw a garment being formed. You saw unfinished pages. I saw a story still being written. My beloved child, do not judge your life by a single chapter. Do not take one painful season and call it the whole book. Do not allow one mistake to become your identity. I am not finished writing. I am not finished restoring. I am not finished revealing what I placed within you. You are in process, and process does not mean absence. Process means my hand is still active. My child, this is why I ask you to stop speaking about yourself as if heaven has not spoken first. Stop agreeing with every word that came from fear. Stop repeating the sentence that says you are too broken to be used, too late to be restored, too ordinary to be called, too weak to carry purpose. I did not ask fear for permission before I named you. I did not ask your past whether I could love you. I did not ask the world whether you belong to me. My beloved child, when I call you, I do not deny what you have walked through. I redeem it. I gather the pieces. I place meaning where confusion once sat. I use valleys to deepen roots. I use tears to soften the soil. I use quiet seasons to teach your heart. My voice, nothing surrendered to me is wasted. My child, you may not see the full path yet, but you can trust the one who called you. A child does not need to understand every mile to follow the hand of a faithful father. A sheep does not need the whole map to recognize the shepherd's voice. You do not need complete certainty before you can take the next obedient step. You need my presence, and you have it. My beloved child, receive this today. You are called by name, not by accident. Your existence is not random. Your tears are not unnoticed. Your hunger for peace is not meaningless. Your desire to hear me is not strange. It is evidence that something within you still recognizes home. So lift your heart. Let the old labels fall. Let my voice become stronger than every false name. My child, I am drawing you out of the confusion of chance and into the certainty of belonging. And as you begin to know that you are truly called, I will show you how my hand connects moments, people, and paths in ways your eyes could never have arranged. Soon you will see that no meeting delay or stirring has been outside my careful and loving design for you today. My beloved child, as I show you that no meeting delay or stirring has been outside my careful design, I want you to understand deeper about the way I move. I arrange divine encounters beyond human understanding. You may look at your life and see ordinary conversations, unexpected interruptions, closed doors, delayed answers, and people entering without clear reason. But my child, I see patterns you cannot yet trace. I see roads crossing before travelers know why. I see prayers rising from separate places and meeting within my will. Nothing surrendered to me is wasted. Nothing guided by me is random. My child, you often judge an encounter by how it appears in the moment. A short conversation, a quiet message, a chance meeting, a pause in your schedule, a person who says one sentence that stays with you for years. They can look small, but I have placed eternal weight inside simple moments. Do not despise what seems ordinary. Sometimes I hide direction inside the ordinary. Sometimes I place confirmation inside a brief exchange. Sometimes I send encouragement through someone who does not realize they carry my answer. My child, remember Peter and Cornelius. Their lives seemed separated by culture, distance, experience, and expectation. Peter was praying in one place. Cornelius was seeking me in another. To human understanding, they belonged to different worlds, yet my hand was moving in both. I touched one heart here, prepared another heart there, and then I brought the paths together at the appointed time. This is how I work. While you are praying, I may be preparing someone else. While you are waiting, I may be arranging a door. While you are healing, I may be aligning a conversation that will make sense only later. My beloved child, I am not limited to what you can see from where you stand. You see one room. I see the whole house. You see one road. I see the map beneath every road. You see one delay. I see protection, preparation, and timing hidden inside it. That is why I ask you not to panic when things do not connect. I am still connecting them. My child, some meetings come to awaken courage. Some come to confirm what I already whispered in secret. Some come to reveal what must be released. Some come to place wisdom in your hands. Some come only for a season, and when their purpose is complete, I gently move you onward. Do not cling to every encounter as if it must last forever, and do not reject every short encounter as if it has no meaning. Let me define the purpose. My beloved child, there were times when you thought someone entered your life too late or too briefly. You wondered why a word touched you so deeply. You wondered why a certain path opened then closed. You wondered why a person stirred hope, discomfort, conviction, or clarity. You did not understand, but I was not absent from those movements. I was teaching you discernment. I was showing you what peace feels like. I was showing you what confusion feels like. I was teaching you to notice the difference. My child, divine encounters do not always feel dramatic. They are not always surrounded by signs everyone can see. Sometimes they feel like a quiet alignment, a gentle recognition, a sense that something has been prepared before you arrived. Sometimes your spirit knows before your mind has language. Pay attention to the peace that remains. Pay attention to the fruit that follows. Pay attention to whether the encounter draws you closer to truth, humility, courage, and love. My beloved child, not every open door is from me, and not every closed door is rejection. This is why you need my voice more than your own urgency. An encounter can look promising and still pull you away from peace. A delay can disappoint and still protect your future. A small step can look unimpressive and still lead into my purpose. Walk with me slowly enough to recognize the difference. My child, when I connect lives, I do not do it only for your comfort. I do it for my purpose. Sometimes I bring someone to you so they may receive strength. Sometimes I bring you to someone so you may learn humility. Sometimes I allow a meeting to reveal a wound. Sometimes I send a person as a mirror not to condemn you, but to show what I am ready to transform. My work is deeper than convenience. My design is wider than preference. My love is wiser than your first interpretation. My beloved child, do not be afraid when I rearrange your circle. Some relationships must be healed, released, held with healthy distance, or received with gratitude. I know which is which. Bring every connection before me, and I will teach you how to carry it with peace. You do not need to force what I am not blessing. You do not need to fear what I am truly sending. My child, the people I appoint for your journey will not always look like what you expected. Cornelius did not fit Peter's old categories, yet I was moving there. Moses did not expect a burning bush in the wilderness, yet I spoke there. Mary did not expect holy announcement in ordinary life, yet my promise came there. I come through places the proud overlook. I speak through vessels the fearful might dismiss. I arrange encounters that humble the mind and awaken the soul. My beloved child, this is why I want your heart to stay open and grounded, open enough to receive what I send, grounded enough not to chase every appearance, sensitive enough to discern my touch, stable enough to wait for my confirmation. You are not meant to live suspicious of every person. You are not meant to trust every person without wisdom. You are meant to walk with me. My child, when an encounter is from me, it will not require you to abandon your soul to keep it. It will not demand that you silence conviction. It will not force you to become smaller, colder, or more anxious. Even when it challenges you, it will invite you closer to truth. My beloved child, I am weaving your path with care. Some threads are people, some threads are pauses, some threads are timely words, some threads are doors that did not open because I was protecting the design. One day you will see more clearly how my hand was present in what looked scattered. Until then, trust my guidance. Bless what I bless, release what I release, receive what I send. My child, you are not wandering through disconnected events. You are being led through a holy arrangement. The same God who connected Peter and Cornelius knows how to connect the right people, words, doors, and seasons in your life. And as you begin to see my hand in divine encounters, you will also understand the inner stirring within you. You are not breaking apart. You are being awakened, and what feels unfamiliar is often the first movement of a soul learning to live in my peace. My beloved child, as you begin to understand that the encounters, delays, and stirrings of your life are not random, I want you to hear me clearly about what is happening inside you. You are being awakened, not broken. Do not rush to call your inner trembling a sign that something is wrong. Do not look at the changes within you and assume you are falling apart. Do not believe that because old patterns no longer feel comfortable, you have lost your way. My child, sometimes what feels like confusion is the beginning of clarity. Sometimes what feels like shaking is the release of old chains. Sometimes what feels like losing yourself is the loosening of a false self that was never meant to carry you. I know there are days when you feel different, and you cannot explain why. Things that once satisfied you no longer bring peace. Conversations you once accepted now feel heavy. Habits you once used to escape now feel empty. Certain thoughts, dreams, and desires are being brought into my light, and you wonder what is happening. My beloved child, I am awakening you. I am not destroying your life. I am interrupting what was slowly draining it. I am touching the places where you learned to live, half awake where you adjusted, to fear where you made peace with less than what I called good, where you told yourself that survival was enough because hope felt costly. But I did not create you only to survive. I created you to live in me. My child, awakening can feel uncomfortable because it disturbs the sleep of old familiarity. A person sleeping in a dark room may resist the morning light when it first enters through the window. The eyes are not ready. The body wants to turn away. Yet the light is not harming the sleeper. It is announcing that night is ending. That is what my light is doing in you. It is not attacking you. It is waking you. My beloved child, the old layers that once covered your true heart are beginning to loosen. Some of those layers were built from disappointment. Some were built from the need to be accepted. Some were built from fear of being hurt again. Some were built from trying to appear strong when you secretly needed to be held. I see those layers. I do not shame you for them. I know they can no longer be your covering in the season ahead. My child, when I awaken a soul, I do not begin by making everything outwardly easier. Often I begin by making the inner world more honest. That is why you may notice what you used to ignore. You may feel conviction where you once felt numb. You may sense heaviness around things you once called normal. You may long for truth in places where distraction used to be enough. This is not weakness. This is sensitivity returning. My beloved child, spiritual sensitivity is not instability. It is the soul becoming alive to my presence again. It is the heart beginning to discern the difference between peace and pressure, love and attachment, wisdom and fear, true rest and empty escape. You are learning to feel rightly. You are learning to listen deeply. My child, do not be afraid of this process. A field being prepared for seed is turned over not because the farmer hates the soil, but because he is preparing it to receive life. The surface may look disturbed for a while, but beneath that disturbance, the ground is being made ready. I am preparing the soil of your heart. I am turning over what is hardened. I am bringing buried things into my light. I am making room for peace to take root. My beloved child, you have sometimes prayed for peace, while holding tightly to the patterns that kept peace away. You asked me to calm your heart while fear remained in charge. You asked me to guide you while old wounds still interpreted every sign. You asked me to restore you while parts of you still clung to what was familiar, even when familiar was painful. I do not condemn you. I lead you gently out. Awakening is my mercy calling you from an old room into a wider life. My child, this is why certain things now feel too small for your spirit. It is not pride, it is growth. The conversations that once entertained you may now tire you. The approval you chased may no longer satisfy you. The noise you once needed may now feel like a burden. That is not because you are becoming distant from life. It is because you are being brought into truer life. I am changing your appetite. I am teaching your soul to desire what gives life. My beloved child, do not expect everyone to understand the awakening I am doing within you. Some may think you are changing too much. Some may wonder why you no longer respond the same way. Some may prefer the version of you that was easier for them to predict, use, or define. Bless them, but do not return to sleep for their comfort. You can love people without surrendering your awakening. You can walk gently without going backward. My child, the peace I am bringing to your heart is not the peace of staying asleep. It is the peace of becoming whole. True peace may first disturb false peace. It may reveal where you were pretending. It may show where you were exhausted. It may uncover places where your yes came from fear and your silence came from wounds. But once truth enters, healing can begin. My beloved child, let me name this season correctly. You are not falling apart. You are being gathered. You are not being erased. You are being restored. You are not losing yourself. You are being returned to the self I knew before fear taught you to hide. I am awakening the prayer in you. I am awakening the courage in you. I am awakening the tenderness you buried. I am awakening the discernment that confusion tried to dull. My child, when awakening begins, do not rush to fix every feeling. Sit with me. Bring the trembling to me. Bring the questions. Bring the tears. Bring the strange sense that something is shifting even if you cannot explain it yet. You do not need perfect language. You need honest presence. I know how to guide what I awaken. I know how to steady what I stir. I know how to complete what I begin. My beloved child, breathe and receive this truth. The movement within you is not proof that you are abandoned. It is evidence that I am near enough to touch what has been asleep. I am not leaving you in confusion. I am drawing you into deeper awareness, cleaner peace, and a life no longer governed by fear. Stay close to me. Let the awakening continue. And as the old chains begin to loosen, I will show you that even the shaking you feared can become the sound of freedom breaking open in your soul. My beloved child, as you allow the awakening to continue within you, I want you to understand the shaking you have feared. The shaking is breaking old chains. It is not here to bury you. It is not here to prove that you are weak. It is not here to announce that I have left you. Still, when old structures tremble, the heart often becomes afraid. You feel movement in your thoughts, emotions, habits, and relationships, and wonder whether something is collapsing. But not every shaking is collapse. Some shakings are deliverance beginning to make sound. Some chains do not fall quietly. Some prison doors do not open without trembling. Some foundations must be disturbed so freedom can step forward. My beloved child, remember Paul and Silas in the prison. They were not standing in comfort. They were bound. They were wounded. They were placed in the inner prison where human eyes would have called the situation hopeless. Yet in the night they prayed and sang to me. They did not praise because the prison felt easy. They praised because I was still God inside the prison. Then the shaking came. The ground moved. The doors opened. The chains were loosened. My child, what looked like danger was actually freedom arriving. It was not sent to destroy them. It was sent to break what had locked them in. So do not misread the shaking in your own life. My beloved child, there are things that have held you longer than you realized. Patterns of fear, cycles of overthinking, old agreements with shame, a habit of expecting disappointment, a reflex to hide your true heart before anyone can see it. These chains did not always look like chains because they became familiar. But familiar does not mean free. Comfortable does not mean whole. Normal does not mean mine. My child, I am shaking what you were never meant to live under. I am disturbing the false peace that kept you quiet in captivity. I am touching the hidden locks you could not open by your own strength. I am moving beneath the surface not to frighten you, but to free you completely now. You ask me for peace. I am answering deeper than you expected. True peace sometimes begins by confronting the prison that has been called home. My beloved child, you may feel this shaking as a holy discomfort. Certain habits feel empty. Certain fears that once controlled your decisions are being exposed. Certain relationships reveal where you have been living from approval instead of truth. Do not run from that awareness. Bring it to me. This is not condemnation, this is light. My child, light can feel uncomfortable when it enters a room that has been closed for a long time. Dust becomes visible. Forgotten corners are revealed. Things misplaced in darkness can finally be seen. The light did not create the disorder. The light revealed it so healing could begin. That is what I am doing within you. I am not shaming you. I am showing you what no longer belongs. My beloved child, the shaking may touch your thinking first. Old thoughts that once repeated themselves with authority will begin to lose their power. The sentence that says nothing will change will be challenged by my truth. The voice that says you are too late will meet my timing. The fear that says you cannot live differently will be confronted by my grace. Do not defend the chain because it is familiar. Let it loosen, let it fall. My child, the shaking may also touch your emotions. Tears may rise, restlessness may surface, a hidden ache may become noticeable. Not because you are breaking, but because what was buried is being brought near enough for me to heal. You cannot release what you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot surrender a burden you keep pretending is not heavy. I am gentle with what is exposed. I am careful with what is tender. My beloved child, when Paul and Silas sang in the night, their praise did not deny the prison. It declared that the prison did not have the final word. That is what I want to form in you. Not a faith that pretends pain is not real, but a faith that knows my presence is more real. Not a peace that depends on easy surroundings, but a peace that can breathe while chains loosen. This is the peace I bring to your heart today. A peace strong enough to remain during transition. A peace deep enough to survive the shaking. A peace holy enough to lead you out of what once confined you. My child, when the doors opened in the prison, Paul and Silas did not move in panic. They remained under my wisdom. This matters. Freedom is not only the falling of chains. Freedom is the ability to respond from my presence instead of reacting from fear. I am teaching you that kind of freedom. Freedom in your thoughts, freedom in your words, freedom in your choices, freedom in your waiting. My beloved child, do not use the shaking as an excuse to run wildly. Let it make you more attentive to me. When old chains begin to fall, ask me how to walk. When old doors open, ask me what to leave behind. When old fears lose their hold, ask me how to live from truth instead of reaction. Freedom needs guidance, and I will guide you. My child, some chains have been connected to identities you accepted too long. You called yourself anxious because fear had followed you. You called yourself broken because pain had visited you. You called yourself stuck because doors had delayed you. But I am naming you differently. You are being awakened. You are being released. You are being led. My beloved child, the shaking is not proof that I am against you. It is proof that what was against you cannot remain untouched by my presence. When I enter the prison, chains must answer. When I enter the hidden room, darkness must loosen. When I speak peace into the heart, false peace must be exposed. So let the shaking do its holy work. Do not cling to the bars. Do not grieve the chains. Do not fear the open door. My child, I know it can feel unfamiliar to live without what once controlled you. Even captivity can become predictable. But I am not calling you into emptiness. I am calling you into life. I am not taking away false security to leave you bare. I am removing what bound you so I can clothe you in peace, wisdom, and courage. Stand still with me. Listen. Breathe. The prison is not your home. My beloved child, as the old chains break, you will begin to see that what felt fragmented is being gathered. What felt lifeless is being touched by breath. What felt scattered is being reconnected by my hand. The shaking has a purpose. Freedom is beginning. And next I will show you how even dry bones, scattered and silent, can be joined again when my word and my breath move through what seemed beyond repair. My beloved child, as the old chains begin to loosen and the prison doors of the soul start to open, I want to show you another picture of my restoring power. Dry bones are being reconnected. What has been scattered is not beyond my reach. What has been silent is not beyond my breath. What looks lifeless to human eyes can still respond when I speak. My child, I once brought Ezekiel into a valley filled with dry bones. It was not a garden. It was not a place of beauty. It was a place of distance, dryness, separation, and impossibility. Everywhere he looked, there were pieces that no human hand could restore. Bone lay away from bone. Structure was gone. Life seemed absent. And then I asked him a question. Can these bones live? My beloved child, I ask that question not because I do not know the answer, but because I want the heart to see what it believes about my power. I wanted Ezekiel to look at what seemed impossible and remember that impossibility is not final when I am present. You may have places in your life that look like that valley: scattered hopes, broken rhythms, dry prayers, disconnected pieces of your heart, parts of your faith that once felt alive but now feel quiet. My child, do not be ashamed to admit that some areas feel dry. I am not offended by honesty. I do not require you to pretend that the valley looks like a garden. Bring me the truth. Tell me where the bones seem scattered. Tell me where you cannot imagine how life could return. I am not afraid of the valley. I am Lord over it. My beloved child, dry bones speak of more than loss. They speak of time. They speak of waiting. They speak of things that have been exposed so long that hope stops expecting change. That may be how some parts of you have felt. You have waited so long for peace that part of you stopped asking. You have carried burdens so long that you began to think they belonged to your identity. But they do not. Dryness is not your name. Scattering is not your destiny. Silence is not the end of my work. My child, when I told Ezekiel to speak over the bones, I was revealing that my word can enter places where human effort has no answer. The prophet did not create life by his own strength. He obeyed my instruction. He spoke what I gave him to speak. And as my word went forth, bone came to bone. There was movement. There was sound. There was reconnection. My beloved child, that is what I am doing in you. Pieces that felt separated are beginning to find their place again. Your faith and your emotions, your memories and your peace, your calling and your courage, your tenderness and your wisdom, your past and your future. I am not leaving them scattered in confusion. I am bringing order. I am restoring structure. I am reconnecting what pain pulled apart. My child, do not fear the sound of reconnection. When bones began to come together, there was a rattling. Movement can sound unsettling. Healing can feel strange before it feels peaceful. Restoration can disturb the dust before it reveals the form I am rebuilding. Do not panic when movement begins. Do not call every sound chaos. Sometimes it is order returning. My beloved child, I know you want everything restored quietly. I understand. The soul becomes tired after long seasons of surviving, but restoration often comes in stages. First, what was separated begins to reconnect. Then what was bare begins to be covered. Then breath enters. Then what seemed dead stands again. Trust my stages. Do not despise the beginning because it is not complete. My child, there may be areas where you see connection returning but still do not feel alive. Do not lose heart. The bones came together before breath filled them. Structure came before movement. Form came before fullness. This is part of my way. I may restore order in your life before you feel strength in your soul. Let me continue. Do not walk away from the process halfway. My beloved child, I am reconnecting the places where disappointment created distance. You may have separated your heart from hope because hope once hurt. You may have separated prayer from expectation because waiting became painful. You may have separated your dreams from your daily life because they seemed too far away to touch. I am bringing those places near again, not to wound you, to heal you. My child, I am also reconnecting your inner life with my peace. For too long, parts of you have lived in reaction. One part tried to trust, another part prepared for disappointment, one part wanted to rest. Another part kept scanning for danger. One part believed I was good, another part feared that goodness might not reach you. I am not angry with those divided places, I am gathering them. My beloved child, my breath brings life where division once ruled. My breath does not merely make you busy again, it makes you whole. It fills what was empty. It warms what had grown cold. It awakens what grief had placed under dust. When my breath enters, the valley changes. Not because the bones were strong, because my spirit is life. My child, I want you to receive this without striving. You do not have to force the bones together with hands. You do not have to invent life where you feel dry. You do not have to pretend that what is scattered is already whole. Your part is to listen, obey, speak truth, and remain near me while I do the work. Say what I say. Call life where fear called death. Call peace where anxiety claimed control. Call restoration where shame declared ruin. My beloved child, this is not denial. This is agreement with my word. Denial refuses to look at the valley. Faith looks at the valley and still says, Father, you know what can live. You know what can be restored. You know how to breathe into what I cannot repair. That is the posture I bless, honest faith, humble trust, obedience. My child, the valley is not greater than my voice. The dry bones are not stronger than my breath. The scattered places are not too far apart for my hand. I know how to reconnect what belongs together. I know how to restore your inner structure. I know how to raise what you thought would never stand again. So rest in my work. Let my word move through the valley of your soul. Let my breath enter the places that have forgotten how to hope. My beloved child, what looks dry is not beyond me. What looks scattered is not lost. What looks silent can still hear my command. And as I reconnect what pain separated, I will also teach you a peace that does not depend on everything around you being still, a peace that cannot be shaken because it is built upon my unchanging presence. My beloved child, as I reconnect what pain separated and breathe life into dry places, I want to bring you into the peace I promised. Not a fragile peace, not a temporary relief, not a calm that disappears the moment circumstances move. I am bringing you the true peace that cannot be shaken. My child, you have known the kind of peace the world offers. It comes when the bills are paid, when people approve, when answers arrive, when the room is quiet, when nothing threatens your plans. But that peace depends on everything around you staying gentle. The moment wind rises, it trembles. My peace is different. My peace does not begin outside you. It begins in me. My beloved child, I do not give peace as the world gives. The world gives peace by removing pressure for a moment. I give peace by establishing my presence within you, so even when pressure comes, you are not ruled by it. The world gives peace when you control the outcome. I give peace when you surrender the outcome into my hands and discover you are held. This is the peace I am building in you. Deep, steady, alive. My child, true peace is not the absence of movement. The sea may have waves, yet the anchor can hold. The sky may carry clouds, yet the sun remains above them. Your life may still have questions, unfinished work, and relationships needing wisdom. Yet my peace can remain like a hidden foundation beneath your feet. Do not confuse peace with escape. Peace is not running from life. Peace is walking through life with me. My beloved child, you have sometimes waited for everything to settle before resting. You said, when this problem ends, then I will breathe. When this door opens, then I will trust. When this person understands me, then I will be calm. When this answer comes, then I will feel safe. But I am teaching you something deeper. You can breathe before every question is answered. You can trust before doors open. You can be held before every person understands. My child, this peace is not denial. I am not asking you to pretend the storm is not real. I am not asking you to cover pain with religious words. I am not asking you to smile while your heart needs care. My peace is not a mask. My peace is a place of refuge inside truth. Bring me what is real. Bring me the fear. Bring me the ache. Bring me the uncertainty. And let me sit with you there. My beloved child, a heart that receives my peace does not become numb. It becomes anchored. It still feels, but feelings no longer become the throne. It still notices danger, but fear no longer becomes the ruler. It still grieves, but grief no longer decides the meaning of your future. This is holy stability. This is a soul learning to rest in me. My child, I am forming a foundation beneath your inner life. Some foundations must be deep before the building can rise. If a house is built only on surface ground, the first storm can reveal what was missing. But when the foundation is set into what cannot move, the house can stand when rain comes, when wind presses, when noise surrounds it. I am setting your heart deeper, not in your own strength, in my presence. My beloved child, this is why some old supports have not been enough anymore. The opinions of people cannot hold your peace. Control cannot hold your peace. Constant planning cannot hold your peace. Distraction cannot hold your peace. Even good things cannot become the foundation that only I was meant to be. I am gently removing false foundations, not to leave you without support, but to show you the support that never fails. My child, when my peace begins to rule in you, you will notice the change slowly. It may begin as a pause before panic, a quiet breath before reacting, a refusal to believe the worst, a moment where fear speaks, but you no longer bow. Do not despise this beginning. My beloved child, guard the peace I give, not with anxiety, but with devotion. Some voices will pull you back into old rhythms. Some will demand quick answers, stir comparison, invite bitterness, or make you feel guilty for resting. You do not have to answer every voice. You belong to the shepherd. Listen for me. My child, peace grows where my voice is honored. If you feed your mind only with fear, your heart will struggle to rest. If you rehearse disaster, your soul becomes tired. If you return to what wounded you without bringing it to me, the wound keeps speaking louder than truth. So come back to me often, not only when the storm is loud. Come when the morning is quiet. Come before decisions. Come when your heart feels crowded. Come when peace feels small. My beloved child, I am not giving you peace as a reward for having no questions. I am giving you peace as a gift while you still have questions. I am not waiting for you to become perfectly strong. I am meeting you in weakness and teaching you how to lean without shame. Peace is not earned by perfection. Peace is received through trust. My child, let my peace become the center from which you live. Not fear, not urgency, not old pain, not the need to prove yourself. When peace rules, you no longer have to chase every door, defend every misunderstanding, control every outcome, or carry every burden alone. You can move with wisdom. You can wait without despair. You can say no without guilt. You can say yes without fear. My beloved child, this is the peace that cannot be shaken, because it is not built on what changes. It is built on who I am. I do not change when circumstances shift. I do not leave when people misunderstand. I do not forget when seasons delay. I do not withdraw when you tremble. I remain, and because I remain, you can remain. My child, receive this peace today. Let it settle deeper than the noise. Let it enter the room of your thoughts. Let it cover the places where anxiety has walked too freely. Let it teach your breath a slower rhythm. Let it remind you that you are not alone. You are held. You are guided. You are safe in my care. My beloved child, I am not promising that nothing around you will ever shake. I am promising that I can build something within you that the shaking cannot own. I can place peace where panic once lived. I can place trust where suspicion once guarded the door. I can place stillness where your soul once ran without rest. Let me do this work. Let my peace become your foundation. And as this foundation settles within you, you will be ready to understand the next part of my work, the fire that refines, without destroying the holy flame that removes what is false, so what is true can shine with clearer light. My beloved child, as my peace becomes a foundation within you, I want you to understand another part of my work that often feels difficult to receive. The fire that comes from me refines. It does not destroy. It does not come to consume what belongs to me. It comes to remove what has been covering the light I placed within you. My child, I know the word fire can make the heart uneasy. You think of heat pressure, loss, and pain. You remember seasons that felt intense moments when you wondered whether you could endure one more day of being stretched, corrected, emptied, or changed. You may have asked, Father, why does this feel so hard if you are near? I hear that question. I am not offended by it. I answer with tenderness, because I do not lead you into fire as an enemy would lead you into harm. I lead you as a father who sees the hidden beauty still covered and who knows that freedom sometimes begins where comfort can no longer keep control. My beloved child, not every fire is punishment. Not every heat is rejection. Not every pressure means I am angry with you. There is a holy fire that does not come to burn the child, but to burn away the chains, the impurities, the false coverings, and the fears that have clung to the child for too long. A goldsmith does not place gold in fire because he hates the gold. He places it there because he knows what the gold can become when the impurity is removed. My child, I see the gold within you. I see the purity that fear has tried to cover. I see the faith beneath the doubt, the tenderness beneath the guarded place, the courage beneath the hesitation, the worship beneath the weariness. I do not refine you because you are worthless. I refine you because what I placed in you is precious. You are not being discarded. You are being purified. My beloved child, the fire reveals what ordinary days can hide. When life feels easy, certain patterns can remain unnoticed. Pride may look like confidence. Control may look like responsibility. Fear may look like wisdom. Resentment may hide behind self-protection. Distraction may disguise itself as rest. But when my refining begins, hidden things rise to the surface, not so I can shame you, so I can free you. My child, when the heat exposes something in you, do not run from me. Run to me. Bring me the anger that surprised you. Bring me the fear that surfaced. Bring me the jealousy, the bitterness, the exhaustion, the old wound, the hidden insecurity. I already saw it before you noticed it. I am not shocked by what the fire reveals. I am the healer of what the fire reveals. My beloved child, you have sometimes prayed for a clean heart while fearing the process that makes the heart clean. You have asked to be free while holding tightly to what kept you bound. You have asked for deeper peace while defending the patterns that disturbed your peace. I do not condemn you for that struggle. I simply love you too much to let those things remain rulers inside you. So I refine, gently but truly, firmly but with mercy. My child, remember the three who stood in the furnace. The fire was real. The heat was real. The danger looked real to every eye watching. Yet they were not alone in the flames. Another was with them. The fire did not have final authority over them. What should have destroyed them became the place where my presence was revealed. That is what I want you to know. You are not alone in the fire. I am with you there. My beloved child, the refining fire may touch your motives. It may show you where you wanted approval more than obedience. It may show you where you served from exhaustion instead of love. It may show you where you said yes because you feared disappointment, not because I led you. Do not be afraid of that seeing. Seeing is the beginning of healing. My child, the refining fire may touch your speech. I may slow your words. I may teach you not to answer every accusation, not to defend every misunderstanding, not to release every emotion as a sentence. I may show you that some words came from fear, some from pride, some from pain. Then I will teach you to speak from peace. My beloved child, the refining fire may touch your attachments. There are things you held because they made you feel safe, even though they kept your soul small. There are desires that were not evil, but had become too heavy in your hands. There are dreams that need to be surrendered back to me, not because I want to take joy from you, but because I want to return them purified. What is mine will not be lost in my hands. What belongs to your future will come back with cleaner purpose. My child, do not step out of the process too early. The goldsmith watches the fire carefully. He does not abandon the gold in heat. He watches until the reflection becomes clear. In the same way, I know the measure. I know the timing. I know when to allow pressure and when to bring relief. I do not keep you in refinement one moment longer than love requires. Trust my hand. Trust my eyes. Trust my heart. My beloved child, refinement is not the opposite of peace. It is one of the ways I make peace stable. If impurity remains hidden, peace can be easily disturbed. If fear remains enthroned, peace will be temporary. If old wounds keep directing your choices, peace will feel fragile. But when my fire removes what is false, peace has room to settle deeply. That is why I refine, not to take peace from you, to make peace real in you. My child, there will be a day when you look back and realize the fire did not make you less, it made you clearer. It removed the mixed motives, the false names, the heavy coverings, the need to prove, the fear of being unseen. It taught you that you could pass through heat without being consumed, because I was with you. You will not smell like defeat. You will carry the fragrance of transformation. My beloved child, let the fire complete its holy work. Do not resist the light that exposes. Do not cling to what I am removing. Do not fear the heat when my presence is near. I am not destroying the true you. I am burning away what buried the true you. You are being refined. You are being clarified. You are being prepared to carry peace without pretending, love without fear, and purpose without pride. And after the fire has separated what is false from what is true, I will not leave you standing in ashes. I will bring the water of my spirit to restore, wash, refresh, and renew the places that have grown thirsty within your soul. My beloved child, after the fire has done its quiet work of refining, I want you to know what comes next in my hands. I do not leave you in ashes. I bring water to restore your soul. My child, there are seasons when my fire separates what is false, but my water comes to strengthen what is true. Fire removes the old covering. Water renews the living heart beneath it. Fire exposes what has been hidden. Water touches what has been tired, tender, and thirsty. Both are my mercy. Both are my love. Both are part of the same healing. My beloved child, I know what refinement can feel like. It can feel as though old places have been opened. It can feel as though pieces of your heart are more sensitive than before. It can feel as though you have been made aware of things you cannot carry anymore, yet you do not know how to feel whole again. That is why I bring water, not shallow comfort, not temporary distraction, living water, my child. My water reaches places human words cannot reach. It moves beneath the surface of your thoughts. It touches memories that still carry weight. It softens the inner ground where disappointment made you dry. It enters the rooms of your heart, where you learn to close the door and keep walking. I do not rush past those rooms. I enter gently. I restore patiently. My beloved child, you have tried to refresh yourself in many ways. You tried to rest, but your mind kept running. You tried to forget, but certain memories kept returning. You tried to stay strong, but your soul still felt thirsty. You tried to encourage yourself, yet some days even good words seemed unable to reach the deepest ache. I saw that thirst. I knew it was not weakness. It was a sign that your soul needed me. My child, when the land is dry, it does not need judgment. It needs rain. When a stream has been blocked, it does not need accusation. It needs clearing. When the heart has been worn by long seasons of pressure, it does not need another demand. It needs my presence flowing through it again. So receive my water. Let it come slowly if it must. Let it reach you without resistance. My beloved child, my water does not erase your story. It redeems it. I am not trying to make you forget everything that shaped you. I am freeing you from the power of what wounded you. There is a difference. A redeemed memory no longer controls the room. A healed place no longer speaks louder than my truth. You may remember but not be ruled. You may look back but not return. You may carry wisdom without carrying the weight. My child, this is restoration. It is not pretending the past did not happen. It is letting my life move through the places where the past tried to become your master. It is allowing my spirit to wash fear from old decisions, shame from old wounds, and exhaustion from long obedience. I am washing more deeply than your eyes can see. My beloved child, sometimes my water comes as tears. Do not despise them. Do not call them failure. Tears can be the stream that begins to soften ground that has been hard for too long. When you weep in my presence, you are not falling apart. You are letting what was locked within you begin to move again. I am gentle with your tears. I receive them. I do not waste them. My child, sometimes my water comes as peace during prayer. You may not receive every answer, but you feel held. You may not know tomorrow, but you know I am near today. You may still have questions, yet something inside you becomes less afraid. That is my water flowing into the anxious place. Receive that peace as real. Do not dismiss it because it is quiet. My beloved child, sometimes my water comes through rest, sacred rest, honest rest, rest without guilt, the kind of rest that says, I am not the source of my own life, the kind of rest that lets your body breathe your mind quiet and your spirit remember that you are a child before you are a servant. You do not have to earn my care by exhaustion. You do not have to prove faithfulness by never stopping. My child, I lead you beside still waters because I know how easily life can empty you. I restore your soul because I know the places where you have given more than you received. I call you to drink because I know you cannot pour living water while refusing to receive it. Come and drink, not once, again and again. My beloved child, my restoration is not only for emotion, it reaches your choices. It teaches you to stop drinking from bitter wells. It shows you the difference between what refreshes and what drains. It gives you courage to step away from voices, habits, and patterns that keep your soul thirsty. Some wells look familiar but cannot heal you. Some places promise relief but deepen emptiness. Let me lead you to the water that gives life. My child, when I restore your soul, you will begin to feel desire returning, not desire for old distractions, but desire for what is clean, peaceful, and true. Prayer will begin to feel less like a burden and more like breathing. Stillness will become less frightening. Your heart will begin to trust that peace can remain. This is my work. Do not force it. Do not hurry it. Let the stream flow. My beloved child, the water I bring also prepares you for obedience. A restored soul hears more clearly. A refreshed heart serves without bitterness. A cleansed mind discerns without panic. When you drink from me, you do not become passive. You become alive in the right way. You move from fullness, not fear. You give from grace, not emptiness. You walk from peace, not pressure. My child, I am restoring what fire revealed. I am soothing what refinement made tender. I am strengthening what has been purified. I am not finished with you after exposing what was false. I am faithful to renew what is true. So let my water reach the dry places today. Let it touch the tired places. Let it flow through the hidden places. Let it remind you that I do not wound to leave you wounded. I refine to free, and I restore to make whole. My beloved child, receive the water that restores your soul. Drink from my presence. Rest beside my stillness. Let my spirit wash through the parts of you that have been thirsty for too long. Do not overlook the quiet river because it is not wrapped in spectacle. My simplest instruction can carry the deepest healing for you today, now. And as you learn to receive restoration in simple, humble ways, I will show you the story of Naaman and how a miracle can be hidden in an ordinary river when a willing heart chooses to obey. My beloved child, as you learn to receive the water that restores your soul, I want to show you how easily my healing can be hidden inside something simple. Naaman almost missed his miracle because it looked too ordinary. He came with status. He came with expectation. He came with a need no title could heal. My child Naaman was known by others as strong, respected, and successful. People saw the armor, the position, the authority, and the victories. But beneath what others admired, there was a condition he could not conquer by power. There was a need that followed him home after every public triumph. That is how many hearts live, seen in one way by people, known in another way by me. My beloved child, you may understand this more than you realize. Others may see your responsibilities, your smile, your work, your ability to keep moving. They may assume you are fine because you continue to function, but I see the places human eyes do not touch. I see what still needs healing beneath the surface, and I am not ashamed to meet you there. Naaman had to seek help in a way that humbled him. The answer did not arrive through the kind of display he expected. He imagined the prophet would stand before him, call upon my name with great ceremony, wave his hand, and make the sickness leave in a dramatic moment. He expected healing to match his idea of greatness. But my instruction came simply, go wash in the Jordan. My child, this offended him. The river did not look impressive enough. The instruction did not feel grand enough. The process did not honor the image he had built in his mind. He wanted something that matched his status, but I was offering something that would heal his soul as well as his body, Sometimes I give simple instructions because I am not only healing the wound, I am healing the pride around the wound. My beloved child, you have also expected me to move in certain ways. You have imagined answers arriving through obvious signs, sudden changes, powerful feelings, or doors opening in a way everyone could recognize. But many times, my mercy comes quietly. It comes as a simple step, a gentle apology, a moment of rest, a small act of obedience, a decision to stop replaying what wounded you, a willingness to pray again. Do not reject the Jordan because you wanted thunder. Do not overlook the simple path because your pain wanted a dramatic rescue. My child, I know why dramatic signs feel comforting. They seem to prove that I am present. They seem to silence doubt quickly. But if I only met you through what overwhelms you, you might never learn to trust my nearness in ordinary days. I want you to know me, not only in the lightning but in the water, not only in the open sky but in the quiet river, not only in the miracle itself but in the humility that receives it. Naaman had to bend. He had to lower himself. He had to obey before he saw the change. My beloved child, that is where many miracles are resisted, not because I am unwilling, but because the heart wants to be healed without surrendering control. It wants restoration but not humility. It wants freedom but not obedience. It wants peace but not the quiet instruction that leads there. Do not make the healing harder by arguing with the simplicity of my voice. My child, there are things I have already asked of you gently. Slow down, release that offense. Guard your peace, return to prayer, rest your body, speak truth instead of fear. Stop drinking from the well that keeps your soul thirsty. Forgive in stages. Ask for wisdom. Wait before answering. Trust me with what you cannot fix. These may not look like great instructions, but they are rivers of restoration. My beloved child, Naaman's servants helped him receive wisdom. They asked him, if the prophet had told you to do some great thing, would you not have done it? Their words opened a door in his pride. He listened. He went down. He dipped himself in the water as instructed. The change did not come before obedience. The change came as he yielded. My child, I can use humble voices to redirect you to a quiet word from someone who loves you, a line in a message, a thought that returns with peace, a simple reminder that softens your resistance. Do not be too proud to receive help through small vessels. I often send great mercy through gentle hands. My beloved child, when Naaman came up from the water, he was restored. The miracle was not only that his skin became clean, the miracle was also that a proud man learned to receive from a humble place. The river touched more than the visible condition. It touched the hidden posture of his heart. That is how I heal. I do not only touch symptoms, I touch roots. My child, I am bringing you into a restoration that reaches beneath what people can see. I am not satisfied with giving you an outward answer while your inner life remains bound by fear, pride, shame, or exhaustion. I love you too deeply for shallow healing, so I may lead you to the ordinary river. I may ask you to do the simple thing. I may invite you into quiet obedience, not because I lack power, because my power is often revealed through surrender. My beloved child, there may be a simple Jordan before you now, a conversation you have delayed, a habit you need to release, a prayer you need to return to, a boundary you need to honor, a burden you need to place in my hands again. It may not look impressive, but obedience does not need to impress people in order to open healing. Take the step with me, not in panic, not in pride, not to earn my love. Take it because you trust me. My child, I am not asking you to understand every detail before you obey. Naaman did not understand how water would become healing. He only had to choose whether his expectation would bow before my instruction. That is where faith becomes real. Not when everything makes sense, but when you trust the one who speaks. My beloved child, do not despise simple beginnings. Do not look for a larger river when I have appointed this one. Do not delay restoration because the instruction feels too small. What I bless does not need to look impressive. What I breathe upon carries life. Come down to the water. Let pride loosen. Let resistance soften. Let obedience become peace. My child, the miracle hidden in simplicity is not behind you, it is before you. I am teaching you to recognize me in small steps, quiet corrections, gentle rhythms, and humble surrender. And as you receive that simple healing, I will show you that even pain itself can become a doorway into new birth when my hands are forming life within what you thought was only pressure. My beloved child, as you learn that a miracle can be hidden inside simple obedience, I want to speak gently to the place in you that still fears pain. Pain is not always the doorway of loss. Sometimes pain is the doorway of new birth. My child, I know those words may feel difficult to receive. When something hurts, the heart does not first think of birth. It thinks of ending. It thinks of damage. It thinks of what may never return. Pain can make the mind narrow and the soul weary, and in that weariness you may begin to believe that the pressure means you are being reduced. But listen to me. Not all pressure is destruction. Some pressure is opening. Some pressure is stretching. Some pressure is the hidden movement of a new life preparing to come forth. My beloved child, when a mother moves through the pain of birth, the pain is real. No one needs to pretend it is easy. No one calls it imaginary. Yet that pain is not meaningless. It has direction. It has purpose. It is not there to empty her of hope, but to make room for the child who is coming. In the same way, there are places in your soul where what you call pain is actually capacity being enlarged. I am making room in you, room for deeper peace, room for greater trust, room for a love no longer governed by fear. My child, there were seasons when you asked me to remove the pressure quickly. You wanted the narrow place to end. You wanted relief more than revelation. I understood. I saw how tired you were. I saw the way you tried to breathe while carrying what felt too heavy. I did not mock your weakness. I met you there. My beloved child, yet I also knew what was being formed within you. I knew that if I removed every pressure before its appointed work was complete, you might feel relief for a moment, but remain too small inside for what I was preparing to give. Love does not only comfort, love also forms. Love knows when to hold, when to strengthen, when to stretch, and when to whisper. Keep breathing, I am here. My child, this is not punishment. This is formation. This is not rejection. This is preparation. The narrow place is not your prison when I am leading you through it. It can become the passageway from old limitation into new life. What once felt like a wall can become a door when my hand is upon it. My beloved child, do not let pain preach the wrong message to you. Pain will try to say you are alone. Pain will try to say this is the end. Pain will try to say nothing good can come from this place. But I speak a higher word over you. You are not alone. This is not the end. I can bring life from places your eyes have already called barren. My child, the seed must split before the shoot rises. The shell must open before the life inside can reach the light. To the seed, that breaking might seem like ruin, but to the gardener, it is the beginning of growth. You have judged some openings as breaking. I have seen them as beginnings. My beloved child, I am not asking you to love pain. I am asking you to trust me within it. There is a difference. I do not ask you to deny what hurts. I ask you to bring what hurts into my presence where pain no longer becomes your master. When pain is held by fear, it becomes torment. When pain is held by me, it can become transformation. Bring it to me. Do not hide it. Do not decorate it. Do not pretend it has not touched you. My child, I can handle the truth of your ache. I can sit with you in the place where words are few. I can hold your trembling thoughts. I can carry the questions you are afraid to ask. I do not require you to be composed before I come near. I come near because you are mine. My beloved child, there are pains that come when an old identity is being released. You may feel unsettled when you no longer fit the version of yourself that survived by fear. You may feel grief when patterns leave, even if those patterns were unhealthy. You may feel exposed when the walls come down. This is part of new birth. The old covering is loosening. The new life is emerging. My child, there are pains that come when a dream is being purified. You may have carried a desire for years, but now I am removing pride, impatience, comparison, and fear from it. The dream may feel different for a while, quieter, humbler, more surrendered. Do not assume it is dying. Sometimes I must change the way you hold a promise before I allow you to walk in it. My beloved child, there are also pains that come when love becomes mature. Immature love clings because it fears loss. Mature love blesses, trusts, forgives, releases, and remains rooted in me. The movement from fear into love can ache because old defenses must yield. But as they yield, your heart becomes wider, cleaner, and less ruled by wounds. I am teaching you to love from peace, not from panic, not from emptiness, not from control. My child, remember this. New birth does not always arrive with loud celebration at first. Sometimes it begins with quiet endurance, a small breath, a surrendered prayer, a decision not to return to old ways, a willingness to let me form what you cannot yet explain. Do not despise the hidden beginning. Life is moving even before others notice. My beloved child, I know the narrow place has felt long. I know you have wondered if the pressure would ever break into joy, but I am closer than the pressure. I am nearer than the fear. I am not standing far away waiting to see if you survive. I am beside you, within you, breathing strength into the places that feel weak. Keep breathing with me. Keep trusting my hand. Keep letting me form you. My child, what is being born in you is not fragile emotion. It is deeper peace. It is holy endurance. It is a heart that can suffer without becoming hard weight, without becoming bitter, and love without losing itself. Do not fear the stretching, my child. I am not tearing you apart. I am making room for the peace, wisdom, and compassion your future will require with me. This is new life. This is my work. My beloved child, pain is not the final name of this season. Birth is, renewal is, expansion is. The pressure will not have the last word. My purpose will. And as this new life begins to rise within you, the tears you have carried will no longer be signs of weakness. They will become like holy rain, softening the soil of your heart for what I am ready to plant next. My beloved child, as the new life begins to rise within you, I want you to stop being ashamed of the tears that have come along the way. Your tears are softening the soil. They are not proof that you are weak. They are not evidence that faith has left you. They are not something I despise. My child, I see every tear that falls in silence. I see the tears you wipe away before anyone notices. I see the tears that never leave your eyes but still weigh upon your heart. I see the moments when you try to stay composed, yet something inside you is asking to be held by me. I do not turn away from that place. I come closer. My beloved child, you have lived in a world that often teaches people to hide their tears. It tells them to be strong, to move on quickly, to keep functioning, to cover the ache, to explain everything neatly. But I do not measure strength by the absence of tears. Sometimes the strongest soul is the one that finally becomes honest enough to weep in my presence. Tears can be a prayer without words. Tears can be surrender when language has grown tired. Tears can be the heart saying, Father, I cannot carry this alone anymore. My child, I receive that prayer. I understand it completely. When soil has been hardened by heat, it cannot receive seed easily. Rain must fall first. The ground must soften. The surface must break open. What looked unyielding must become tender again. In the same way, there are parts of your heart that became firm because life taught you to protect yourself. You did not become guarded without reason. You were hurt. You were disappointed. You waited longer than you expected. You carried more than others knew. My beloved child, I do not shame the hardened ground. I water it. I do not reject the guarded heart. I approach it gently. I do not accuse the place that closed itself for survival. I bring my presence there until it learns that it can open again. Your tears are part of that opening. My child, some tears are grief being released. Some tears are fear leaving its hiding place. Some tears are old disappointment finally finding its way into my hands. Some tears are the ache of longing for what is true after living too long around what is shallow. Let them fall before me, not in despair, in trust. My beloved child, there are tears that cleanse the vision. When you have held pain inside for too long, everything can begin to look through the color of that pain. You may see delay and call it rejection. You may see silence and call it absence. You may see correction and call it condemnation. You may see rest and call it failure. But as I soften your heart, your sight begins to change. You begin to see my hand where you once saw only loss. You begin to see formation where you once saw delay. You begin to see mercy where you once saw emptiness. My child, I am not asking you to live controlled by emotion. I am teaching you to bring emotion into my presence. There is a difference. Emotion outside, my presence can toss the soul like waves. Emotion surrendered to me becomes water I can use to bring life to dry places. Do not worship your feelings. Do not fear them either. Bring them to me. My beloved child, I know there are tears you have never allowed yourself to cry because you believed if you started you would not stop. But I am the one who knows how to hold the flood. I know how to let what needs release move through you without drowning you. I know how to bring calm after the weeping. You are safe with me. My child, even when your tears come from a place you do not understand, I understand. I know the story beneath the story. I know the wound beneath the reaction. I know the tiredness beneath the silence. I know the longing beneath the anger. I know the hope beneath the fear. Nothing inside you is confusing to me. My beloved child, when you weep in my presence, you are not moving backward. Often you are moving forward through a door the mind could not open. Some healings do not begin with explanations. They begin with softening. They begin with honesty. They begin when the heart stops performing and says, I need you here. And I come there. I enter the hidden room. I sit beside the tender place. My child, do not compare your healing to another person's healing. Some soil softens quickly. Some soil needs repeated rain. Some hearts have endured seasons so long that tenderness returns slowly. I am patient. I know the pace of your restoration. I do not rush what must be touched with care. Let the rain come as I send it. Let the soil soften. Let the seed receive its place. My beloved child, there are seeds I have waited to plant in you. Seeds of peace, seeds of courage, seeds of trust, seeds of clean love, seeds of wisdom, seeds of holy confidence. Some could not take root while the soil was defended by fear, shame, and old pain. But now, as tears soften the ground, new life can enter more deeply. This is why your tears are not wasted. They are making room. They are preparing the inner field. They are part of renewal. My child, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. That comfort is not shallow sympathy. It is my presence entering the ache and saying, this pain will not own you forever. This grief will not define you. This tenderness will not be used against you. I will meet you here and make you whole. My beloved child, receive my comfort now. Let it rest on your mind. Let it cover your chest. Let it slow the tight places within you. Let it remind your body and soul that you do not have to stay braced for sorrow. I am near. I am kind. I am restoring. My child, when the soil of your heart becomes soft again, do not be afraid of that softness. Soft does not mean weak. Soft means able to receive. Soft means able to grow. Soft means not sealed against love. A soft heart in my hands is stronger than a hard heart, trying to protect itself without me. Let me keep your heart tender. Let me guard what I soften. Let me plant what will last. My beloved child, your tears have not been ignored in heaven. They have watered places you thought were barren. They have opened spaces you thought were closed. They have prepared ground for what I am about to establish within you. And as the soil of your soul becomes tender under my care, I will begin to build something steady there, a kingdom foundation that cannot be carried away by fear, noise, or the changing winds of this world now with peace. My beloved child, as the tears have softened the soil, I want you to understand what I am preparing to build there. A kingdom foundation is being built within you, not a surface feeling, not a passing emotion, not a temporary calm that disappears when the next wind arrives. My child, I am building something deeper than comfort. I am building a foundation that can hold peace, truth, obedience, wisdom, and love. A softened heart is beautiful, but a softened heart also needs a holy foundation, or it will become vulnerable to every voice, every fear, every disappointment, and every pressure. That is why I am working beneath the surface. You may look for flowers. I am first setting stones. You may look for visible change. I am first establishing roots. My beloved child, the kingdom I am forming in you does not begin with outward display. It begins in the hidden place where your thoughts are corrected, your desires are purified, your reactions are slowed, and your identity becomes anchored in me. The world builds quickly on attention and approval. I build slowly on truth. What I build slowly, I build strongly. What I establish in secret will stand in public. My child, you have lived on many foundations before. Some were built on the need to be understood. Some were built on being useful to others. Some were built on fear of disappointing people. Some were built on control planning, self-protection, or the hope that if nothing changed too much, you could stay safe. I do not condemn you for building there. I understand why you did, but I also know those foundations cannot carry the life I am preparing for you. My beloved child, a foundation made of fear will always demand more fear to maintain it. A foundation made of approval will always tremble when people change their tone. A foundation made of control will always become exhausted because life will bring moments you cannot manage with your own hands. So I am bringing you back to my kingdom, not as an idea, as a living reality within you. My child, my kingdom begins when my rule becomes peace inside your heart. It begins when truth becomes stronger than panic, when obedience becomes more precious than applause, when humility becomes safer to you than pride, and when my presence becomes more necessary than human confirmation. This is not small work, this is eternal work. My beloved child, I am building in you the kind of inner ground that will not collapse every time something outside you changes. Circumstances may shift, people may misunderstand, doors may open slowly, seasons may require patience. But if your foundation is in me, you will not have to lose yourself when life moves. You will be able to stand, not because you feel nothing, because you are rooted. My child, foundations are not glamorous while they are being laid. No one applauds the hidden stone beneath the house. No one walks by and praises beams below the floor. Yet when the storm comes, the hidden foundation is what keeps the house standing. Do not despise the hidden work. Do not rush past the unseen formation. Do not ask only for beauty above ground when I am securing strength below it. My beloved child, some of this foundation is being built through surrender. I am teaching you to release the need to know everything before you trust. I am teaching you to place your unanswered questions in my hands without accusing me of absence. I am teaching you that faith is not the removal of mystery, but the decision to remain close while mystery still surrounds you. That closeness is becoming strength. My child, some of this foundation is being built through gratitude. Not shallow gratitude that ignores pain, but holy gratitude that remembers my faithfulness while the story unfolds. Gratitude keeps your soul from becoming bitter. Gratitude trains your eyes to see provision. Gratitude reminds you that lack is not the only voice in the room. I am teaching you to count mercy, to notice grace, to remember what I have already carried you through. My beloved child, some of this foundation is being built through obedience in small places. A gentle word instead of a sharp one, a quiet prayer instead of anxious rehearsing, a boundary spoken in peace, a choice to rest, a decision to forgive slowly, honestly, a willingness to return to me before reacting. These small obediences are stones in the foundation. Do not call them insignificant. I use them to build stability. My child, when my kingdom foundation is forming within you, you begin to notice that your inner reactions change. You may still feel fear, but fear will no longer be the commander. You may still feel sadness, but sadness will no longer be your identity. You may still feel pressure, but pressure will no longer choose your path. This is freedom becoming structure. This is peace becoming a dwelling place. My beloved child, I am not building you into someone hard and unreachable. A kingdom foundation does not make the heart cold. It makes the heart steady. It allows you to love without being ruled by fear, to serve without being emptied by approval, seeking to speak truth without bitterness, and to rest without guilt. Steadiness is not hardness. It is love protected by truth. It is tenderness held by wisdom. My child, I am also removing what cannot belong to this foundation. Old lies, hidden idols, agreements with shame, patterns of self-rejection, the belief that you must earn my nearness by exhaustion, the fear that if you stop striving, everything will fall apart. Let these things leave. They are not your support. They are weights. My beloved child, I know removal can feel like loss. When something has been under you for a long time, even if it was unstable, letting it go can feel frightening. But I am not taking away your support. I am replacing false support with myself. I am teaching your soul to lean on what cannot fail. You will not fall in my hands. My child, let this foundation settle. Do not demand instant fruit before the ground is ready. Do not compare your hidden work to another person's visible harvest. I know the structure I am building in you. I know the weight your future must carry. I know the peace you will need, the wisdom you will need, the courage you will need, and the compassion you will need. I am preparing you now. My beloved child, the kingdom foundation within you will become a place others are blessed. A stable heart becomes shelter. A peaceful soul becomes a witness. A life built on me becomes a quiet invitation to those still trembling. So let me build. Let me establish. Let me strengthen what tears have softened. The soil has opened. The stones are being set. The foundation is becoming firm. And when this work reaches its appointed strength, I will lift you from preparation into commissioning, not merely to be comforted, but to carry my peace into the places where I send you. My beloved child, as the kingdom foundation becomes firm within you, I want you to understand what I am doing next. You are being lifted into commissioning, not lifted into pressure, not lifted into performance, not lifted into a burden you must carry without me. My child, commissioning is not the same as being pushed. I do not shove my children into places before I have prepared them. I do not call you forward to prove your worth. I call you forward because my life within you has been formed for purpose. You have not only been comforted, you are being entrusted. You have not only been restored, you are being sent with peace. My beloved child, for a long time you may have thought healing was the final goal. You wanted relief, you wanted calm, you wanted the ache to lift, the fear to quiet, the tears to dry, and the old weight to stop pressing against your heart. I understood that desire and I met you there, but I want you to know this. Restoration is not the end of the journey. Restoration prepares you for holy movement. My child, when I heal you, I do not only remove pain, I make you able to carry compassion. When I steady your heart, I do not only help you survive, I prepare you to become a steady place for others. When I give you peace, I do not intend for it to remain locked inside you. I make your life a vessel through which my peace can move. This is commissioning. My beloved child, do not be afraid of that word. It does not mean I am taking away your rest. It does not mean I am asking you to become loud, visible, impressive, or important by worldly standards. Commissioning begins simply. It begins when a healed heart becomes available. It begins when a soul says, "Father, use your restoration." Sometimes it looks like speaking one kind word. Sometimes it looks like praying for someone quietly. Sometimes it looks like choosing patience where anger once ruled. Sometimes it looks like carrying peace into a room filled with tension. My child, you may think those things are small, but heaven does not measure as the world measures. A cup of water given with love can carry my presence. A gentle answer can turn away heaviness. A listening ear can become shelter. A faithful life can become a message without announcing itself. You do not need a stage to be sent. You need obedience. You need love. You need my presence. My beloved child, remember how I called many of my servants. Moses was called from the wilderness. Gideon was called while he felt small. Mary received a holy assignment in an ordinary setting. The disciples were ordinary people when I drew them into purpose. I have always known how to place sacred calling inside ordinary lives, so do not say I am too ordinary. Do not say I have nothing to offer. Do not say surely this is for someone stronger. My child, the one who has received comfort can carry comfort. The one who has learned to wait can strengthen another waiting heart. The one who has cried in secret and found me faithful can speak hope to another soul who feels unseen. Your process has not disqualified you. In my hands it has prepared you. I do not waste your valleys. I do not waste your tears. I do not waste the nights when you kept breathing by faith. My beloved child, commissioning does not erase your tenderness. It protects it with wisdom. I am not sending you as someone hardened by pain. I am sending you as someone softened by grace and strengthened by truth. The world needs more than loud voices. It needs lives that carry my peace with humility. You are learning to become such a life. My child, there will be moments when you wonder whether you are ready. You will feel the old hesitation rise. You may remember failures, weaknesses, and fears. You may think, Father, what if I do not have enough strength? What if I disappoint you? What if I cannot carry what you are asking? Hear me with love. I am not sending you apart from myself. I am sending you with myself. My beloved child, I never commission without companionship. I do not give assignment and then withdraw. I walk with the one I send. I speak along the path. I correct with mercy. I strengthen when weakness appears. I provide wisdom for steps you have never taken before. Your confidence is not in your perfection. Your confidence is in my presence. My child, this commissioning will also change the way you see your story. You will no longer look at the past only as something you survived. You will see wisdom, compassion, discernment, and dependence formed there. What wounded you will not rule you. What refined you will serve my purpose. My beloved child, do not rush ahead in excitement, and do not shrink back in fear. Walk with me. Commissioning requires both courage and humility. Courage to step forward when I lead. Humility to remain teachable while you go. Courage to speak truth. Humility to listen. Courage to serve. Humility to give me the glory. This is the rhythm I am forming in you. My child, there are people I will place in your path who need the peace I have given you. You may not always know who they are. A conversation may matter deeply. A prayer spoken in secret may touch what no public word could reach. A quiet act of mercy may become a doorway for another weary heart to remember me. Stay available, stay gentle, stay close now. My beloved child, I am lifting you from preparation into participation. You are not outside my work watching from a distance. You are being drawn into the flow of what I am doing, not as a burdened servant trying to earn love, but as a beloved child carrying what has been received. You have received peace. Now carry peace. You have received mercy. Now become merciful. You have received light. Now let light move through you. My child, this is not the end of healing. Healing will continue as you walk. I will keep forming you. I will keep teaching you. I will keep restoring deeper places. But do not wait until you feel flawless before you obey. I use willing vessels, not perfect vessels. Let your yes be honest. Let your steps be peaceful. Let your heart remain surrendered. My beloved child, you are being lifted into commissioning because the foundation within you is no longer only for you. The peace I built in secret will now begin to bless visible places. The comfort I poured into your wounds will now flow through your life. And as you step into this holy sending, you will begin to understand the next truth. You are not merely carrying a message of peace. You are becoming a pillar of light steady in my presence, shining without striving and standing where darkness once thought it could remain. My beloved child, as I lift you into commissioning and teach you to carry my peace into the places where I send you, I want you to understand what I am forming within you. You are becoming a pillar of light, not a passing spark, not a momentary feeling, not a small flame that disappears when the wind begins to move. My child, the light I place within you is not created by your effort. True light comes from remaining in me. It flows from communion. It shines from a heart that has been touched, healed, refined, and surrendered. You do not have to manufacture light. You have to remain connected to the source. My beloved child, when I call you a pillar of light, I am not calling you into pride. I am not asking you to stand above others. I am not asking you to become loud, untouchable, or distant. A pillar does not boast. It stands. It gives direction. It holds presence. It remains visible when the path becomes unclear. This is what I am forming in you. Steadiness, clarity, presence. My child, the world has many flashes but few steady lights. There are voices that shine for a moment and vanish. There are promises that sound bright but leave the heart empty. There are distractions that glow just long enough to pull the soul away from truth. But the light I form in you is different. It does not depend on attention. It does not grow by applause. It does not fade because people fail to notice it. It remains because I remain. My beloved child, you may not feel like light. You may still see your weaknesses. You may still remember the nights when you felt hidden, tired, uncertain, and small. You may wonder how someone who has carried so much heaviness could become a vessel of brightness. But listen to me. Light is not proven by the absence of darkness around it. Light is proven by what it does in darkness. My child, I did not wait until every storm was gone before I began forming this light within you. I shaped it while you were learning to breathe again. I guarded it while tears softened your heart. I strengthened it while the old chains were breaking. I refined it in fire and refreshed it with water. What you thought was only survival was also preparation. You were being made luminous in hidden places. My beloved child, darkness does not need to be shouted at by light. Light does not argue with darkness. It simply appears, and darkness loses its claim. In the same way, I am teaching you that your life does not need to be ruled by striving. You do not need to force influence. You do not need to chase recognition. You do not need to prove that I am working in you. Remain in me. Let my presence speak. My child, when my light is steady in you, people may feel peace before they can explain why. They may sense safety in your words. They may be strengthened by your patience. They may remember hope because of the way you endure without bitterness. They may see gentleness and realize strength can be quiet. That is not your performance. That is my presence moving through you. My beloved child, you are becoming a living message. Not only one who repeats words about peace, but one whose life begins to carry peace. Not only one who speaks of healing, but one whose posture testifies that healing is real. Not only one who believes in light, but one who stands as light in rooms where confusion once ruled. This is holy. Treat it with humility. Guard it with prayer. My child, a pillar of light must also be grounded. If you try to shine without being rooted, you will become tired. If you try to serve without receiving, you will become dry. If you try to lead without listening, you will become heavy with your own voice. That is why I keep calling you back to stillness. Stillness protects the light. Prayer feeds the light. Obedience directs the light. My beloved child, do not let the world turn your calling into performance. Do not let people's need make you forget your need for me. Do not let the desire to help others pull you away from the place where I help you. You are not an independent lamp. You are a reflection of the one who never goes out. Stay near, stay humble, stay filled. My child, there will be places where the light in you exposes what is hidden not through harshness, but through truth. Your peace may reveal another person's chaos. Your restraint may reveal another person's urgency. Your forgiveness may reveal bitterness that has not healed. Do not use light as a weapon. Let it be a doorway. Speak truth with love. Stand firm with mercy. Shine without contempt. My beloved child, I am teaching you to carry both mercy and truth. Mercy without truth can become confusion. Truth without mercy can wound what I am trying to heal. But in me, mercy and truth walk together. They do not compete. They reveal my heart. So when I send you, do not become harsh and do not become careless. Let my spirit teach you the timing of words, the strength of silence, and the tenderness of presence. My child, some people will not understand the light at first. Some may resist it. Some may try to pull you back into old patterns because they are more familiar with the dim version of you. Do not be angry. Do not boast. Do not hide either. Stand quietly in what I have formed. You can love without shrinking. You can serve without surrendering your foundation. You can be gentle without becoming weak. My beloved child, a pillar of light is not moved by every wind. It does not follow every opinion. It does not dim itself to make darkness comfortable. It does not become proud because others gather near. It stands because it has been established by me. That is what I am doing in you. I am establishing you, not as one searching for identity, but as one living from identity. My child, remember this. The light is mine, but I have chosen to let it pass through you. That should make you reverent, not fearful. You do not carry this alone. The one who lights you sustains you. The one who sends you walks with you. So do not fear the places I send you. Do not fear the darkness there. My light is greater. My beloved child, as you become a pillar of light, peace will no longer be only something you receive in private. It will become something you carry into public life, into conversations, into decisions, into your home, into places where someone else needs a reminder that I am near. Stand in me, shine from me, rest in me. And as this light grows steady, I will draw you into the stillness where it is deepened, guarded, and made ready to burn for the road ahead. My beloved child, as the light within you grows steadier, and you learn to stand as a pillar of my presence, I want to draw you back to the place where that light is deepened. Stillness is where I deepen you, not noise, not hurry, not constant movement. Stillness. My child, do not mistake stillness for being unused. Do not think that because I bring you into quiet places, I have taken you away from purpose. Stillness is not the absence of calling. It is often the chamber where calling is purified, strengthened, and made steady enough to last. A lamp must remain near the oil. A branch must remain connected to the vine. A heart that carries my peace must keep returning to my presence. My beloved child, the world will tell you that movement is always progress. It will tell you that if you are not rushing, posting, answering, building, proving, and reacting, you are falling behind. But I do not measure growth by the speed of your feet. I look at the depth of your roots. Fast movement with shallow roots can collapse under the first strong wind. Slow formation in my presence can stand through many storms. My child, I am not slowing you down to make you small. I am slowing you down so your inner life can become deep. A river that runs only on the surface dries quickly when heat comes. But water hidden deep beneath the earth can sustain life when the upper ground is cracked and dry. That is what I am forming in you. Hidden depth, quiet strength, peace that does not need applause. My beloved child, many fear stillness because stillness reveals what noise has covered. When everything becomes quiet, the heart begins to hear its own thoughts. Old questions rise, buried feelings stir. The places you avoided become visible. This can feel uncomfortable, but I do not bring you into stillness to expose you harshly. I bring you there so I can heal what noise kept interrupting. I am not trying to overwhelm you. I am inviting you to sit with me long enough to be restored. My child, there are things I can say to you in stillness that you would miss in haste. There are corrections that require tenderness. There are instructions that require calm. There are comforts that cannot be received while your soul is running from one fear to another. So I say again, be still with me. Let the heart become quiet enough to hear what love is speaking. My beloved child, Jesus often withdrew from the crowd to pray. He loved people, yet he did not let the demand of people pull him away from communion with the Father. He healed, he taught, he served. He carried compassion with power. Yet he knew the hidden place mattered. This is not weakness, this is wisdom. If the Son cherished quiet communion, do not despise the quiet place I call you into. My child, your stillness is not laziness when it is rooted in me. It is alignment. It is returning to the source before pouring out again. It is letting your thoughts be washed before they become words. It is letting your motives be examined before they become actions. It is letting your heart receive before it tries to give. You cannot carry my peace faithfully if you never stop to receive it. You cannot speak with clarity if you never allow me to quiet the inner noise. My beloved child, stillness will teach you what urgency never could. It will teach you that not every invitation is assignment. Not every need is your responsibility. Not every open door must be entered. Not every voice deserves your answer. Not every emotion must direct your next step. In stillness, I train your discernment. In stillness, I reorder your desires. In stillness, I remind you that you are mine before you are useful to anyone. My child, this is deep work. It may not look impressive to others. They may not see what I am forming when you choose prayer over panic, rest over striving, silence over defending yourself, or patience over forcing an outcome. But heaven sees. I see the hidden obedience. I see the quiet surrender. I see the moment you choose. My presence over the pressure to prove. My beloved child, do not be afraid if stillness feels unfamiliar at first. A soul used to constant noise may tremble when silence arrives. It may reach for distraction. It may ask for something to fill the space. But remain with me gently. Do not scold yourself. Do not force yourself into a harsh discipline. Simply return. Return when your mind wanders. Return when your heart feels restless. Return when fear tries to fill the room. My child, stillness grows through repeated returning. It is not a performance, it is relationship. A child learning to rest near a loving father does not master trust in one breath. Trust deepens through nearness, through safety, through discovering again and again that the Father's presence is kind. I am kind to you. I am patient with your restless heart. My beloved child, the stillness I give is not empty silence. It is filled with my presence. It is like a sanctuary inside the soul, a place where the noise of the world loses its authority. In that place, I do not always speak many words. Sometimes I simply remain, and my remaining becomes your strength. You learn that I am enough. You learn that peace can exist before explanations. You learn that being held is not the same as being told every detail. My child, from that stillness, your life will begin to move differently. You will speak less from reaction and more from wisdom. You will choose less from fear and more from peace. You will give less from emptiness and more from overflow. You will stop confusing busyness with fruitfulness. This is how I deepen you, not by adding more noise, by bringing you into the quiet where roots can grow. My beloved child, stillness also protects the light I have placed in you. Without stillness, your light can become strained by constant giving. Without prayer, your compassion can become tired. Without rest, your service can become mixed with resentment. I do not want you shining from exhaustion. I want you shining from communion. Come back to me often. Let me fill what has been poured out. Let me steady what has been shaken. Let me deepen what I have awakened. My child, as you become deeper in stillness, I will begin to teach you holy order in daily life. Peace must be guarded. The eyes, the ears, the tongue, the schedule, the relationships, and the hidden habits must learn to serve the peace I give. Stillness will not remain only a quiet moment. It will become a way of living under my presence. This is not control, my child. It is stewardship of the sacred room where my peace has begun to live. And next, I will show you how disciplined boundaries and holy order protect the peace I am placing within your heart. My beloved child, as I teach you that stillness is where I deepen you. I now want to show you how my peace is protected in daily life. Disciplined boundaries and holy order are not enemies of peace. They are servants of peace. My child, peace is not only something you receive in a quiet moment. Peace must also be guarded when the day becomes busy, when voices become many, when emotions become stirred, and when old habits try to return through familiar doors. I am not giving you peace so it can be scattered by everything that calls for your attention. I am teaching you to steward it. My beloved child, discipline in my hands is not harshness. It is not punishment. It is not a life without tenderness or joy. Holy discipline is love-given structure. It is wisdom protecting what grace has restored. It is the gentle order that helps your soul remain clear when the world becomes loud. Do not fear order. Order is not control when it is led by my spirit. Order can become shelter. My child, there are gates to the soul. What you see enters. What you hear enters. What you speak shapes. What you repeat becomes familiar. What you allow near your heart can either strengthen peace or disturb it. This is why I call you to watch over the gates with wisdom, not with fear, not with suspicion, with holy attention. My beloved child, guard your eyes. Do not feed your heart with images, stories, and comparisons that stir envy, anxiety, lust, bitterness, or restlessness. The eyes can become windows of wonder, but they can also become windows through which disorder enters. Let your eyes learn to rest on what is pure, simple, true, and life-giving. You do not have to look at everything. You do not have to consume what wounds your peace. My child, guard your ears. Not every voice deserves a place inside you. Some voices carry wisdom, some carry fear, some carry gossip dressed as concern, some carry pressure that makes your heart feel small. Some repeat old names I never gave you. Listen carefully. What you hear repeatedly will begin to shape what you believe. My beloved child, choose voices that lead you toward truth, humility, courage, and peace. Let my word be louder than accusation. Let prayer be louder than panic. Let the whisper of my spirit become more trusted than the shouting of the world. My child, guard your tongue. Words are not small. They build or break. They bless or burden. They reveal what has been living in the heart. I am teaching you not to release every thought as speech, not to answer every offense, not to speak from every wound, and not to name your future according to a fearful moment. Pause before you speak. Let peace examine the sentence. Let love cleanse the tone. My beloved child, some of your greatest victories will be quiet. A word you choose not to say. A complaint you bring to me instead of spreading. A harsh reply you soften. A fearful prediction you refuse to repeat. A blessing spoken when bitterness wanted a throne. These are not small things. They are holy order being formed in you. My child, guard your time. Time is not only a schedule, it is a field where seeds are planted. If every moment is given to noise, your soul will struggle to hear. If every hour is filled by urgency, your heart will forget how to rest. If you never leave space for my presence, peace will feel distant though I am near. Make room for me, not only at the end of your strength, at the beginning of your day. My beloved child, create rhythms that help your soul return. A quiet prayer in the morning, a moment of gratitude before sleep, a pause before answering, a breath before reacting, a simple turning of the heart toward me while you work, walk, prepare food, or sit in silence. These rhythms are not empty routines. They are pathways back to peace. My child, guard your relationships with wisdom. Love people, but do not surrender the sanctuary of your soul to every demand. Serve, but do not become owned by the expectations of others. Forgive, but do not call every open door healthy. Be kind, but do not abandon discernment. Boundaries are not hatred. Boundaries can be obedience. My beloved child, a boundary is not a wall built from bitterness. A holy boundary is a gate kept by wisdom. It says, I can love you, but I cannot let confusion rule my heart. I can bless you, but I must obey God. I can forgive, but I will not keep returning to what destroys peace. Let me teach you the difference. My child, some people will misunderstand your order. They may call your peace distance. They may call your boundaries pride. They may call your stillness silence against them. Do not become hard, but do not let misunderstanding make you abandon what I am building. Walk. Stand firmly. Stay clean in your heart. My beloved child, holy order also touches your body. Your body is not separate from your spiritual life. Rest matters. Food matters. Breath matters. Slowing down matters. When you ignore the limits of your body, your soul often becomes easier to disturb. I made you whole, not divided. Do not despise ordinary care. Sometimes spiritual steadiness is helped by simple obedience. My child, sleep when you need rest. Step away when your heart is overwhelmed. Drink water, take the quiet walk, close the door to noise for a while. Let your body become a place where your spirit can remain attentive. This too can be holy. My beloved child, discipline is not about earning my love. You already have my love. Discipline is about living in a way that agrees with the peace I have given you. It is saying, Father, I value what you are forming in me, and I will not casually hand it back to confusion. That posture honors me. That posture protects you. My child, do not try to build order in your own strength. Begin with one step, one gate guarded, one habit surrendered, one prayer restored, one boundary honored, one word spoken with wisdom, one evening made quieter, one morning given to me. Small order becomes deep stability. Deep stability becomes visible peace. My beloved child, I am not calling you into a narrow life. I am calling you into a free life where fear no longer chooses your schedule, wounds no longer choose your words, pressure no longer chooses your yes, and confusion no longer chooses your path. This is holy order, freedom under my peace, life arranged around my presence. My child, let discipline become gentle. Let boundaries become wise. Let order become worship. Let your daily choices protect the sacred room where my peace has begun to live. And as this holy order settles around your heart, you will be ready for the final confirmation, the prayer of peace, and the closing blessing that gathers this whole message into my presence over your life. My beloved child, as holy order settles around your heart, I want to gather this whole message into peace, prayer, and confirmation. Do not hurry away from this moment. Do not treat these words as a passing sound. Let them rest inside you like light resting on still water. My child, I have spoken to the deepest place of your soul. I have called you into stillness. I have reminded you that my voice is not always loud, yet it is always faithful. I have shown you Samuel in the night, the child who learned to answer when heaven called his name. I have told you that you are not an accident, not forgotten, not misplaced, and not outside my design. I have also shown you that divine encounters are never beyond my reach. I connect what human eyes cannot connect. I arrange paths, people, pauses, and seasons with wisdom greater than your understanding. I have told you that the stirring within you is not proof of brokenness. It is awakening. I have shown you that the shaking you feared can break old chains, and that dry bones can be reconnected by my word and my breath. My beloved child, I have brought you to the peace that cannot be shaken. I have shown you the fire that refines but does not destroy. I have brought water after the fire to restore your soul. I have reminded you through Naaman that miracles can be hidden in simple obedience. I have shown you that pain can become the doorway of new birth, and that your tears are softening the soil for what I am planting. Now listen again. I am bringing peace to your heart today, not because every question has already been answered, not because every road has become easy, not because every storm outside you has vanished, but because I am with you. My child, the peace I give is not fragile. It does not depend on perfect circumstances. It does not need everyone to understand you. It does not require your past to be painless or your future to be fully visible. My peace rests on who I am, and I do not change. So receive this confirmation. You are seen. You are known. You are being restored. You are being formed. You are being led. My beloved child, I have not brought you through this message merely to comfort you for a few moments. I have brought you here to establish something deeper within you. A kingdom foundation is being built in your inner life. You are being lifted into commissioning. You are becoming a pillar of light. You are learning that stillness is not emptiness, but the place where I deepen you. You are learning that disciplined boundaries and holy order are not chains, but protection for the peace I have placed within you. Do not lose what I have given because of noise. Guard the peace, return to stillness, walk in order. Listen before you react, pray before you fear, rest before you become empty. Speak from love, not from panic. My child, let us pray now, and let this prayer become your own. Father, I come before you with open hands and an honest heart. I bring you the noise that has surrounded me. I bring you the fear I have carried quietly. I bring you the places inside me that have felt scattered, tired, dry, and unsure. I bring you the tears I did not know how to explain. I bring you the parts of me that tried to stay strong while longing to be held. Father, teach me to hear your voice in stillness. Teach me to recognize your peace beneath the noise of the world. Teach me to answer like Samuel with a humble heart that says, "Speak, Lord, I am listening." Restore what has been shaken. Reconnect what has been scattered. Breathe life into every dry place. Refine what needs to be purified, but do not let me fear your fire. Wash me with the water of your spirit. Heal what the past wounded. Release what shame named wrongly. Remove every false label that did not come from you. Father, I surrender my need to understand everything before I trust you. I surrender the habit of running ahead in fear. I surrender the pressure to prove myself. I surrender the voices that have pulled me away from peace. Build your kingdom foundation within me. Make my heart steady. Make my thoughts clean. Make my words gentle. Make my obedience simple. Make my life a vessel of your peace. My beloved child, I receive this prayer from you. I receive even the parts you cannot say clearly. I hear the sigh beneath the words. I hear the longing beneath the silence. I hear the faith that is still small, still trembling, yet still turning toward me. Do not think small faith is useless. A small open door is still open. A small yes can begin a holy journey. A small flame can become steady when I breathe upon it. My child, from this moment, carry peace differently. Do not carry it as something you must protect by fear. Carry it as something you steward through closeness with me. When you feel anxious, return. When you feel scattered, return. When you feel tempted to speak, quickly return. When old names rise again, return to the name I have spoken over you. Beloved, chosen, held, mine. My beloved child, you are not only a listener of this message. You are invited to live it. Let your home feel the difference. Let your thoughts feel the difference. Let your relationships feel the difference. Let your daily rhythm become more gentle, more ordered, more prayerful, more aware of my presence. I do not ask you to become perfect tonight. I ask you to walk with me, step by step, breath by breath, prayer by prayer. Let this peace become the quiet center of your day. Let it meet you when you wake, when you work, when you decide, when you wait, and when night comes again. I am not giving you a moment only. I am teaching you a way of living in my nearness. Stay with me and peace will keep growing within your heart today. My child, if this message has brought peace, hope, or confirmation to your heart, remain connected to this place of faith. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and return whenever your soul needs a quiet space to hear encouragement from my word. Share this message with someone who may be carrying silent fear, because a word of peace can become a well in another weary heart. And now receive my blessing. May my peace guard your heart. May my presence steady your thoughts. May my light guide your next step. May my love remind you that you are never alone. My beloved child, go forward not in panic, but in peace, not in confusion, but in trust, not as one abandoned, but as one known. I am bringing peace to your heart today, and what I begin in you, I will continue with faithful love.